to Porto and wondering what are the best markets in town? Then you came to the right place. My name is Bom. I have been a local tour guide in Porto for the past 10 years, and on this video, I'm going to show you the best markets in the city. I'm going to show you different types of markets, from historic markets to food markets, souvenir markets, but also artisan markets where you can find really unique products. So there's something for everybody, as I like to say. Before we start, don't forget to hit the subscribe button on this video so that you don't miss any of my new videos about Porto and the Douro Valley. Let's start. The first market that you should visit while in Porto is definitely the Bolhão market. The Bolhão market is the only remaining historic market in the city, and it has been functioning for over 100 years. In there, you're going to be able to find some of the best fresh produce from northern Portugal. For instance, amazing cheeses, bread from different cities, smoked meats, fruits, vegetables, plants. The list goes on and on. The market basically has two floors. On the lower floor, you can find all the products that I mentioned. And on the upper floor, there are several restaurants. Honestly, they are very expensive, so I don't recommend any of them in particular. And moreover, during the month, there are always several events taking place at Bolhão. For instance, wine fairs, show cookings, live bands. So if you're lucky enough to catch one of these events, you're going to enjoy your experience even more. I'm not going to lie to you, the Bolhão market is currently very, very touristy. You're not going to find a single Portuguese person doing their grocery shopping in here, as it is quite expensive for our standards. Nonetheless, the products that you can find in here are real. They are authentic Portuguese food from fantastic producers, and hence I do recommend you to come here. Moving on to souvenir markets. In Porto, we have tons of them. To be honest, they have spread like mushrooms all over the city, so it is literally impossible for me to list them all on this video. What I can tell you is the locations where you can typically find these markets. For instance, Praça da Batalha, where I am right now, by the riverside, on both sides, so on Ribeira and on the Gaia River bank, and also near the São Bento train station. On these markets, you can find traditional souvenirs from Portugal, for instance, products made from pork, or even our famous blue tiles. But a word of caution about the souvenir markets in Porto. In there, you're going to find a lot of tourist traps. You're going to find a lot of cheap, tacky things that are probably made in China. And hence, keep your eye open to be able to distinguish the original Portuguese souvenirs from the crappy stuff. If you're not really interested in getting a traditional souvenir from Portugal, then I highly recommend you to visit our artisan markets. This is my favorite type of market because they congregate fantastic handcrafters from all over this region, and hence you can find really unique gifts that were handmade by a Portuguese artist here in Porto. There are several artisans markets in Porto, so let me show you my favorite ones. My first recommendation is probably the urban market, which is the oldest artisan market in Porto. It takes place in iconic places, both indoors and outdoors, but unfortunately it's not regular, so it's not every weekend. And there you're going to be able to find really unique stuff like jewelry, decor, clothing, everything you can possibly imagine. So going there is a great addition to your trip to Porto. Another market with a similar concept to the urban market is the more recent Ohana Market. Ohana Market was created in 2023 by two cousins, two ladies actually, that decided to showcase the best artisans of Portugal in the center of Porto. And unlike the urban market, the Ohana Market takes place every single weekend in three different iconic locations in the city center, like this fantastic renovated square that you can see on the back. Here you're going to be able to find some of the best urban crafters of Portugal, selling things like jewelry, handmade candles, 3D prints, so on and so forth. It really is a great place for you to buy some souvenirs that are not only authentic, but also very unique. If you don't want to buy souvenirs whatsoever and are just interested in visiting a food market, then you can try the Time Out Market. This is a small food market located on the side of the famous São Bento train station, and it basically consists of 13 stalls of some of the best restaurants in Porto, for instance, okra for pizzas,
Cocotai for sushi, or Casa Inês for traditional Portuguese food. It also has a really nice outdoors area, so you can simply order your food inside and come outside to enjoy the sunlight. Look, I'm not gonna lie to you, the Time Out Market is very touristy and it is also very expensive. So you're not gonna find a lot of Portuguese people in here. Nonetheless, and despite being touristy, the truth is that it has good restaurants represented here, so you are going to have a good meal. There is another food market in Porto that I absolutely love called Mercado do Bom Sucesso. Bom Sucesso opened in the 50s as a fresh market, but it was converted into a food hall back in 2013. And in here you can find a lot more variety than in the Time Out Market. Here you have dozens of restaurants, including a vegetarian restaurant, focaccias, pizzas, traditional Portuguese food, but also sweets from northern Portugal, fantastic pastries, the best ice cream parlor, and even a proper wine shop where you can find really good Portuguese wines. Moreover, Bom Sucesso is located just 5 minutes walking distance from Casa da Música, which is the most important music hall in the city of Porto. So you can simply come here, have a dinner, or just grab a bite to eat, and then enjoy your concert next door. So overall, I love the Bom Sucesso market, and I think you can love it too.
What about farmers markets in Porto? You may be wondering. Well, unfortunately, we don't have a lot of those in the city center. We have some in the suburbs, but you need a car to get there. But don't worry, because there is this tiny organic market in Porto that takes place every single Saturday in a very special place. So let me show you. The market is called Verdinho and it takes place in Centro Comercial Bombarda, this very cute shopping mall in the romantic Sedufeita neighborhood. In there, you're going to find fantastic organic fruits and vegetables, organic wine, olive oil, and even a very unique producer of mushrooms. This is a very cute market and I love it. I hope you have enjoyed this video of the best markets in Porto. And before you leave, two important things. First of all, on the description of this video, you are going to find my contacts in case you're interested in booking a private tour of Porto with us. And second of all, before you leave, please don't forget to hit the subscribe button so that you don't miss any of my new videos about Porto and the Douro Valley. See you next time!